My name's Brady Jolly. This is the Meet the Team podcast with Jolly Plumbing, Drains, Heating, and Air. And I'm here with my friend Jeremy Hickman. He is our new Senior HVAC Service Technician. So congrats on the promotion, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, so we're just going to get to know you today a little bit and get to know, about your life in the trades and everything else.
Cool.
Why don't you just start by telling me a little bit about like personal life, where you grew up, what you like to do for fun, family, all that sort of stuff.
I grew up in Fort Thomas. I went to Highlands High School. I played football up at Highlands. It's a big kind of a football town, especially when I was there.
What year did you graduate from Highlands?
I graduated in 2008.
2008. So did you guys get any state championships?
We did. I won state my freshman year, and we won my senior year.
Dude, senior year state champs. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
It's like the best feeling ever.
Yeah, play football your whole life, and then finally get to the top of high school. You get to the final game, and we won. We beat Bowling Green, I remember.
Man, that's awesome. What position did you play?
I was an outside linebacker.
Were you really?
I was.
Dang, dude. Killer.
I know, killing it.
That's awesome.
I was never big, never that big, but always kind of strong.
Yeah.
And yeah, I loved outside linebacker, man. I loved seeing guys coming around the corner.
Busting some heads.
Yeah, I didn't like being too far back waiting. I liked being in the mix.
Cool. Oh, that's awesome. All right, cool. That's something I didn't know about you, man. I didn't know that you were state champ. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Tell me more.
Grew up in Port Thomas. So now I'm kind of, let's see how we're going to do this. Now I have a family. I've got a wife. I've got a 2-year-old son. Pretty much like to, I've got a pool. I like to do some grilling. I got a big old brisket on Saturday, man. It was this killer brisket, and 13 pounds. I smoked it for 10 hours on Saturday.
Was it good?
It was awesome.
Turned out good?
Oh, my, I've been
Have you
eating
done
it.
a brisket before?
No, that was my first one.
That's sweet. And it turned out good. That's impressive.
I know.
My first brisket did not turn out good.
It was
good.
I woke up at about 6 in the morning and just started going at it. I was like, I'm going to do this, I'm just full committed. Let's do this.
That's awesome. Is it like a pellet smoker or what do you have?
No, so actually Molly, her dad, he showed me how to use a grill, a 4-burner grill. You can take the grates out of this one side and you put your meat in directly on that side, and then you use the other side to heat the chips up.
No way.
And it makes the grill a smoker.
Whoa.
He showed me how to do it while we were on a call.
That's cool.
On a call, and he's like, yeah, man, I'm kind of doing the closing step, and he's sitting next to this grill, and I was like, it smells really good out here. Like, what are you doing out here? He's like, oh, I'm smoking a brisket.
On a regular, like, propane grill?
Yeah, just on a
That's
propane
crazy.
grill. So I was like, that's awesome. How? Teach me, please. Like, teach me the ways. And, he opened the grill and showed me how he was doing it, and
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I got to go for this. And
Never know what you're going to learn on a job, right?
no.
That's pretty sweet.
No, it was awesome.
Well, cool. Tell me about, like, what you do now for us. Tell us about your career, how you got into the trades, that sort of thing.
Okay. So actually, originally I was an automotive mechanic. Worked on cars, and we had a lot of talk about HVAC when I was a mechanic. A lot of the mechanics would talk about going over to HVAC. And
Probably a lot of similarities there, isn't there?
yeah, there's a lot of meter and electric stuff, and obviously just the mechanical, taking things apart, putting them back together, figuring out how to grease stuff like that. So we got a company. I had a friend that was involved in a company, and I got over there on the construction side. It was just entry level, real basic. Pretty much, I cleaned up their scraps. Did the construction side, started really liking it. They sent me to some schools to learn service stuff and learn how to do installs. I started doing installs a lot. Got real good at installs, but started liking the more technical stuff. I kind of liked how the control boards worked.
Yep.
I liked the electric. I liked refrigeration process and how the system actually, I can watch it remove heat from your house. I thought that was pretty cool. So I got into the service side. I pretty much was put on the on-call schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. And they have one customer that they're just having problems. It's a tough call. And I got out there, and I don't know if it's 100, maybe a little bit of luck, but I got it on the first call.
Nice.
I nailed it. And
that feels good.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got to go in on Monday, like, that call that you guys have been having trouble with, I got it. And my boss was real happy, and that's when I went into service, and I've been into service. That was 6 years ago.
Cool.
Been in there.
Awesome. And then tell us about now what you started doing here and what you're doing now.
So now I'm the senior tech for Jolly, and pretty much with that, a little bit, the only difference I really have as a technician is I help all the technicians. So I kind of deal with calls throughout the day on my own problems that are usually a little more specific, that are tougher calls. And then when the other techs have problems, no matter what time, no matter when, I don't care if I'm, I don't have to be clocked in, call me. I know what it's like to be stuck.
Yeah.
And I want to help. So I want to get them out. I want to get them home. I don't want them to have to be sitting there fighting a system. I know what it's like.
So what's it been like since you became the senior? Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's great. I really enjoy being this because I like helping guys through the problems. Yeah. And I like seeing them learn stuff. And I can tell I'll have certain guys that'll call me a lot for a while. And then all of a sudden it starts trailing off. And I can tell that they're learning how to solve their own problems, and I think that's pretty cool.
Well, man, I can tell you it gives us a lot of peace of mind having you out there. You're the go-to guy, man. Kind of like the utility player, It's like need an install done, and Jake's busy on an install. You're the guy. Need a tough service job, we call you. So can't thank you enough for that, man.
No, I love that.
Cool. Tell us about why, what it is that from going from mechanic to then new construction to service, why you ultimately like service HVAC and why you think that you'll be in that for a long time and why you like the role you're in.
Okay. So when I was in construction is more of it's kind of brutal work. It's a lot of pushing. It's a lot of physical work. Which I didn't mind. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I really liked about service was I could go into somebody's house and I can talk to them about their system and put it in more of like a less trades term and speak to them so they kind of know what their system's doing, what I'm doing to solve it, and kind of the direction of why I'm doing it. A lot of people have experiences with tradesmen that kind of talk to them. They don't understand a lot about what they're saying. So I want to go in, get you to understand what you want it. Like, if you're really interested, I want you to understand everything that it does. I can get really, really far into it if you really want to. We can get all the way down to doing the math. But I like going into somebody's house and solving the problem that other techs have been having trouble with.
Yeah,
I think
that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, did you always know you wanted to be in the trades, or was that something that just came to you out of high school, or when did that happen?
No. Out of high school, I was kind of thinking more. I went to college to be a computer information technology major. My dad is a IT engineer, so I was like, I'll probably go into something like that. I like doing the computer stuff that he did, but I like just a little bit more of the physical labor more than sitting at a computer.
Yeah.
So when I started learning about the trades, I was like, okay. At Highlands, we didn't talk too much about the trades, but when I got out of high school and I was in college in NKU, that's when I really started learning that there's a lot of trades that you can make good money at.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a doctor to make good money. You can make money in the trades if you know how to do it and you know how to work.
Yeah, wow, really cool. So tell me about what was your time like at NKU?
NKU was fun. I was there for just about a year, and while I was at NKU, I did a lot of information technology stuff. We did
Were you in the new building? Was that new suite IT building?
No,
not yet.
No,
Okay.
I don't think it wasn't there yet.
Okay.
No, it was still they call it the concrete jungle.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And once you're there for a little while, you start realizing that there is a lot of concrete around here.
It's cold in the winter too.
Yes, it's freezing. The wind whips through there.
Yep.
When I was there, I liked I had a good time there. I liked anthropology classes. I liked all of them. Yeah.
Well, man, I think that's like your experience. I didn't realize that you went for a year like that. So many kids have that experience where they go and realize, hey, this isn't for me. I want to get in the trades. Yeah. I find the trades usually isn't like the first choice for kids. No. Like I always joke, like I've never met a kid and said, hey, what do you want to do when you get older? And they say, I want to be a plumber. Like I've never heard that, right? Yeah. But it usually is because they could go to college for something. They say, I might not like this as much as I thought. and then they find out like you, hey man, the trades could be really cool.
Yeah.
So what would you say to young people who might not even know about the trades or may even be considering it?
If you are in college or if you're kind of getting out of high school, everybody expects you to go to college. That's where you go. When you're out of high school, you go to college. And that's great. If you want to try college, try it out, see what you got. But I would say the trades are way more than you think they're going to give you. It's peace of mind to be able to work with your own hands, be able to do your own stuff. You can work on your own house. You don't have to rely on stuff. And you can make good money. You don't have to stay in college and get a big amount of debt if you don't want to. There's more options than just college. You should definitely look into the trades and see if you want to learn how to work with your hands, and you can make money at it.
Yeah. And man, I think there's a lot of momentum. Like when we were in high school, nobody talked about it. You know, obviously I had the background because my dad was a plumber, but like nobody was talking. It was like a second option.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make it to where it's like a first option. I want people to be like pumped coming out of school, knowing, hey, I'm about to be making great money in a few years.
Yeah, it kind of had like a stink that it was like you gave up.
Yep.
And it was like, no, I don't think I gave up. I think I stepped up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I want to go for it, and I'm tired of, you know, just like they always thought the plumber's just the guy in the house, you know, with his butt out. And it's like, no, I want to be the tradesman that's in there that you're like, wow, this guy's dressed well, he talks well, he articulates himself, we're educated.
And I think, man, that's why you've been able to grow so well here, because you are that guy. You know, you're always looking sharp, smile on your face, living the values. Like, that's what we love about you here, man. So I think it's really cool. Tell us about, like, Jolly and your experience here and what you like about it.
Okay. So came over here just about a little over a year ago, and way different than the other company I was at. Jolly has so much more to offer. Even when you just walk into our kitchen, right when you come in, you got a kitchen with a refrigerator, a coffee maker, water. The experience, just I would say the ambiance of Jolly is so nice and comfortable when you walk in that, you know, you're on the way to work. I forgot a drink. It's okay. Jolly's got you. There's a water bottle in the fridge. You're cool.
Yeah.
And then just working with everybody. We get good tradespeople here.
Yeah.
At other companies, you'll notice you get some good techs and some techs that aren't that great. And they can kind of make the job a little tougher because they start relying on the better tech.
Sure.
When you get a long list of good tradesmen that we have at Jolly, I mean, you got a lot of people to rely on. You got a good team behind you. That's what I like about Jolly.
Cool. What is your favorite in your year here? What's been your favorite company event we've done?
Ooh, favorite company event was probably the 4th at Jolly.
This one this year?
Yeah, the one this year. It was fun. I like the water park. My son came and played at that water area. He liked that a lot.
Your son's a beast, man.
Oh, my God.
He's awesome.
I love him to death. He's so much fun. He's got so much energy.
It's awesome. Cool. All right, well, let's talk about out in the field.
Yeah.
When you get a call on you in HVAC, like whether it's no heat, no cool, whatever it is, like what's like your favorite type of call to go to, and then what's your least favorite type of call to go to?
Favorite type of call to go to would be a larger house with a nice basement. A basement is a HVAC guy's favorite thing in the world. If you have a nice basement that it's sitting vertical on a box so you can see all the ductwork, that is the best.
Money.
That's money. Because I can really calibrate your system to your house pretty easily because I can get to everything. Least favorite, mobile home or a crawl space.
Yeah.
They're tough.
All right, so I know you've probably been in a lot of crawl spaces. What's your least favorite critter that you want to see in a crawl space?
A raccoon.
You ever seen one in there?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so usually what happens when I get ready to go in a crawl space, I kind of walk around and like pat the sides of the crawl space.
Smart. That's a veteran move.
To see if anything squirts out. I open the door and then I give a couple pats to see if anything squirts out. Nothing squirts out, so I'm like, okay, we're cool. So I crawl in and I'm sitting at the furnace. And it's a horizontal one hanging, and I'm sitting at it working on it, and I can keep hearing stuff moving around, and I'm just like, it's just your imagination. Like, don't panic. It's just your imagination. You always think something's in the dark. And I shine my light, and I can see 4 eyes shining back at me. and they were just in the corner, just staring at me. I was like, oh my God, okay. So I just sat my stuff down, and I just backed out of the crawl space, got out of the crawl space, and I was like, hey, do you guys know that there's raccoons that are in your crawl space? And say, oh, yeah, there's a family of them that live down there.
Would have been nice to know that.
I would have liked the heads up just a little bit before. They won't bother you. Don't worry. By the time I looked back in there, they weren't in there anymore.
Oh, really?
So I was like,
So
okay,
you were good.
yeah, we're good. We'll go in and fix it. But yeah, funny. Yeah, they knew there was a family of them living down there.
All right. What about customer stories or any other stories like that? Is there anything else that sticks out to you?
Oh, let's think.
Like the craziest things that's happened to you on a job.
Okay, this was I went to a house for a no heat. Well, it was a noise during heat. He had a dual fuel system, which means he's got a heat pump for heat and he's got a gas furnace for heat. And what was happening was overnight, they switch automatically on themselves when it gets to 30 degrees outside. That's how his thermostat was set up. And when the gas furnace would come on, it would make a bunch of noise. So he'd had a couple techs out, but when the techs come out, it's 40 degrees outside, so the heat pump turns on and they never hear the noise. So I kind of worked through that problem and figured out what it was for him. But the scary part of it was we get ready to go in the basement, and he's got a deadbolt with a key on there, and it's locked. And I'm like, okay, so not that weird, I guess. I asked him, do you have a key to get to the basement? And he said, oh, yeah, and he pulls a key out from under his shirt.
What?
And unlocks it. I'm like, okay.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of odd, but all right.
Was this while you were jolly?
No. So I start walking down the stairs. I get to the bottom of the stairs. He comes down the stairs, turns around, pulls the door shut, locks it, puts the key back in his shirt. No. So right now, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm a goner.
So you're like hard head to sink at that point.
I'm panicking, yeah. So I'm kind of looking around the basement, like, is there a door down here for me to escape out in case this goes south? There's nothing. I'm like, okay. I'm looking around, and nobody else down here. He comes downstairs. And we start talking. Nothing's weird to him. And he finally tells me that he's got a 3-year-old that they adopted. And the 3-year-old opens the basement door and tumbles down the stairs.
Oh, gosh.
So he's had to put the double bolt on there. It's the only one he had in the house. So he put the double bolt lock. And he keeps the key around there because he's kind of older and he forgets where it's at.
Oh, my gosh.
So we sat there and laughed. I told him.
You did? You're like, man, you were freaking me out.
Freaked me out. When you turned around and locked it, I thought I was a goner. I thought there's going to be 10 people down here. Like, I'm done.
Dude, that's like an episode of Saw or something.
Yeah. This is a scary movie. 10 years, there's going to be a movie about this, the HVAC guy that got taken out.
That's crazy. Oh, that's funny. All right. Anything else that comes to mind? Anything else like that?
Nothing else that I can really think of.
Well, last real question I have for you, our mission, vision, values we've recently redone. Is there any values that stick out to you that you think that you live out the best or the one you like the most?
The one I like the most is winner's work.
Man, you embody that. Why do you like it?
Because if you are doing good and you're winning, it's not a mistake. You're working hard for it.
Yep.
You don't accidentally win.
I love it, man. Well, you're a winner, man. That's why we love you here. It's crazy. You just said you've only been here a year. For some reason, I was thinking it'd been a lot longer than that. Like you've coming in hot, like already a senior, already leading that department. You've done a great job, man. So excited to work with you for a long time.
You too, man.
Appreciate you being on the podcast.
Hey, thanks.